No worries. No worries.
But we're all here. I think everyone showed up that I know that
Yeah.
people. Pat Mosery wanted me to tell you guys hi. She had to go help someone look for a house, and she was very sad about that.
Oh, sure.
She'd rather be here with us. So,
Always, right?
but man, it's good to see everybody. Oh, I'm getting a little.
All
So
right.
this was.
Get ready to get hit with it. Ready? One, two, three.
Oh, I'll take it. I had to I had to lock my cat out of the room. He's 9 pounds now, and I'm worried he just jumps on everything now. So I'll wait. I'll let him in later, but he's a beast now. So, but there's lots of baby. Looks like cat toy. Looks like cat toy. Oh, you guys can't see all of it. Good. I pushed it out of the way. All right. Well, any I'm going to try to get a little bit of everything. You guys know to honor your body and don't do anything that hurts your body. Does everyone have block? Does anyone not have a block? Claire, do you have blocks? Okay, no worries. If you don't, we may or may not use it. Yeah, we may or may not use it. And feel free to, keep your screen on or off. Hi, Mary Jane. I see. I see you with you. Is that kitty real back there? Is that a real kitty? Oh, you're muted again. Oh no. I don't think it's real because it's not moving,
No,
but
it's a doorstop. It's a doorstop. Bella was just here and I scared her with my blocks.
oh, well, I saw that kitty in the background. Like that cat is a real.
That's a door. I have cats everywhere. Some real, some not real. Because I love them.
Oh, I know. I only have one, but yes.
Yeah. So Bella took off because I scared her, and I don't know if she's going to come back.
Oh, I hope so. I love when I see everybody's animals jumping. All right.
Oh,
Well, we're gonna get beginning here. So I wanted to share something, a little story that actually really is, I thought very helpful for me. So one of the things that as I'm on this little, I can't even say the word, but the C word, journey, I found this guy I've been following named Chris Beats Cancer. He's a strong Christian guy who fought stage 3 colon cancer holistically, and he has been helping communities try to do just the same. So I bought his book, and he was talking about how to heal the body, but I felt like this was so essential for all of us. And he talks about forgiveness. Okay. So he said unforgiveness is essential to good health. And as we all know, it poisons the body. And it does a lot of damage to the body. We know how it feels when we feel a little bit with somebody. So he says, basically, if you're sick, or even if you're not, like, especially if you're sick, like now is a good time to clean house. And so, like, I was starting to listen to this. And so he told a story. He he does rentals. Okay. And one of his jobs. And so he met this divorced lady, and he rented out one of his rentals to her, and she seemed like a really nice lady. But when he rented it out to her and he visited like a couple weeks later, he had seen that the house was she had a lot of cats, and the cats had peed all over the house, all over the rugs. Like it just hit you like as soon as you open the door. So he was like really stressed out about that. And so he came back a few months later, and every time he came back, the house looked worse and worse and worse and worse. And every time he tried to make a maintenance call to her, she'd find some reason to cancel on him. And so finally, about 5 years later, this went on for years, and it caused him a lot of stress. And 5 years later, he realized that her phones were disconnected. And for the first time ever, her rent was not paid. And that's why he kind of put up with it anyway, because she was paying her rent on time, and that's very rare, I guess, for rental communities, which I wasn't aware of that. And so, it's not always very common that someone's so diligent. So he looked in the window and he saw that this woman had been living in garbage, like literally piled up to like knee height. And he said you could see everything in there from pizza boxes to cat tin cans and so forth. Anything that you would throw out, it was still just sitting there. So she ended up opening the door, and he said he realized how much emotional distress that she had. And he said, I didn't get the rent this month. He goes, but I could see that it's a terrible mess inside. And she admits to some emotional issues, and she promises to be out by Monday. So when he went in to go to the place, that place was so badly in disrepair that it cost $11,000 just to clean up and to, all the cat pee in the wood and so forth, and to get all the garbage out. And they actually even found one of her cats dead underneath some of the garbage. That's how bad this place was. But the story is not about forgiveness, truly. The story was that he should have never, instead of taking, he knew he had a problem, is what he said, and he avoided it. Okay, so we ever have a problem and avoid it? And then he said he should have never, it was just easier for him to avoid the problem. And so he says it's like when people hurt you, it's like people making a deposit in your house. He said, imagine like one night you go have a party, and you go have this party with all your friends, and then you don't clean it up. And each night you go have a party with all your friends and you don't clean it up. He says after a while, all the hurts, all the injury, all the things that people do to abuse you, they just leave a deposit in your house, in your heart. And he says, so if you have a sick house, you have a sick heart, you have a sick heart, you have a sick house. So he's like, there's only one solution, is to clean out your heart and to forgive. So if there's, big or small, you don't have to wait till you're sick to do it. Forgiveness is like getting rid of the trash. And I would like to especially just say, forgiveness towards yourself. We're so damn hard on ourselves as just women. I feel like we could tend to be a little bit more forgiving. So we're going to begin with a little bit of breath work this morning. That's how, I love to start my classes. So let's begin our typical double inhale, slow exhale. Okay. So let all of the breath out as you start to sit up tall. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. Take another breath in through the nose. We'll hold right here, soften the shoulders a little bit. In fact, just soften, and then slowly breathe out the mouth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Double inhale, so do that now. Hold here. Slow exhale out the mouth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, double inhale. Hold. Slow exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time, double inhale. And then the slow, slow, slow exhale. And let all of the breath come out. The next breath we'll work with is an inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. We'll do 3 rounds of that. Okay. Exhale all the way. Take an inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take an inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale slow, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do one more. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale slow. I'm not going to count, just slow, really, really slow. And once you let all of your breath out, go ahead and begin to lay down upon your back. As we lay down upon our back, let's go ahead into a 2-way stretch. So as we begin a two-way stretch, we'll start in banana pose just for a moment this morning, about a minute. So let's go ahead and lean over to the right, walking those legs over to the right as well. Ooh, am I tight? That's a little tough. Who thought that banana pose would be difficult? Oh my. So I haven't practiced in 2 months, so this is my first time. So go ahead and leaning side bending to the right. You could always cross the left ankle on top of the right. You could grab your left wrist. Let your body, allow yourself to enjoy this practice, to get what you need. You could always add something. We will tend to go from light to vigorous later, but not too vigorous today. So as you breathe in, that's about a minute, I'm going to guess. So let's go ahead and inhale slowly right back to center. Now this time we're going to place the feet upon the mat. Your arms are going to come down along your side, so the palms are pressing down. Press your low back firmly into the earth, and this could be good enough for some of us. This will be a great core workout, just pressing the low back down. Otherwise, for some of us, we might start to lift the legs at an angle. For some of us, we might lift the upper body at an angle. The arms could be forward. They could be, supporting your head like you're laying out and looking at the sun. Did anyone see the moon last night? It was amazing, by the way. So we're just going to allow ourselves to hang out here. So a core work, better than boat pose, more beneficial, better in many, 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 many ways. So let's take another moment here and then slowly just release. Taking that two-way stretch again, just nice and long. We're going to take banana on the other side. So walk your legs towards the left, leaning your upper body to the left, and paying attention to feel both shoulder blades down evenly. I tend to favor my left shoulder blade in this pose, but see if you could feel them both evenly resting on the earth. And take some deep breaths in and out. Just become aware of your breath. And this is just a very important part of practice, probably the most important of a yoga practice, the breath. So notice some sensations, whatever you feel, whether it be the air against your skin, the noises that you hear, externally, internally. Just be aware of it all. Let's take another deep breath or two here. And then nice and slow, we'll start to go back to center. So guess what? We're going to do one more of those core exercises. So again, whether you decide just to press low back down and then you release every once in a while, or start to lift those legs and the arms at an angle. So we're going to be here at least 30 more seconds. So find that medium ground. And again, you can always change your mind, which is so nice. Claire, I love your dog. Your dog is taking over your, that's so cute. Oh, shoot. I'm still begging for a dog, guys. And then slowly release. And take that two-way stretch once more here. And feel free to bring both knees into the chest as we begin to give ourselves a hug, rocking a little bit side to side, little circles with the shins. Massaging the low back, so feeling sensation on the low back. And slowly fall over to your favorite side this morning as we push our way up. And as we push our way up, we'll make our way into child's pose upon our mat today. So if the theme of forgiveness did not work for you, maybe set your intention for something else today. But set your intention, whatever reason you came to this mat today. And when you feel like your intention is set, just slowly make your way to hands and knees pose. Confirming that your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders are all aligned, fingers spread wide. And we begin the movement of cat-cow this morning. So we might even coordinate breath and movement. Exhale, rounding, and inhale, arching. Just to find the mobility in the spine itself. And that includes the neck today. So allowing sometimes the chin to possibly tuck in, feeling that stretch in that area at the base of your skull. Well, you won't feel your skull stretch. At least I hope not. You know what I mean? That would be a little intimidating. I'd probably turn off my screen and be scared. And then flatten out your back. Let's extend the right leg straight behind us. And if available, pull the left arm forward. Let's pause here, aligning bicep ear, if this is available for your shoulder. We'll maybe extend the right leg a little bit further back than you normally would. As you exhale, the elbow comes in towards the base of the knee. As you inhale, we lengthen it out, moving slow with breath. So exhaling, coming in. Inhale, lengthening that out. And let's do 3 more. So just counting that at your own will be slightly different paces. But after your 3rd one on your own, we might extend the leg and then bend that knee so the left hand can reach around, grab the foot, or maybe you bend the knee, wave at the foot, maybe say one day, but injury will tell us whether we can or not. And then slowly release the hand and knee down. Let's go ahead and make our way into down dog. And we're not going to stay in down dog too long. We've been on our hands a lot right now, but just take another breath or 2 in down dog. And we'll slowly walk towards the front of the mat before we go to the other side. So we'll lift up just halfway on the breath to re-lengthen the spine. And then exhale, bend the knees a little bit so you can fold forward and let yourself hang. Let the crown of the head move towards the ground. Perhaps grab the elbows or the backs of your calves. Nothing forceful. Take about 3 more breaths here, just elongating body breath. Elongating the space between the breath. And then inhale, pushing into the feet, rise up. Let those arms lift all the way up. Very, very beautiful. And then interlace those fingers, push those palms up towards the sky. Get a nice good morning stretch. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. We all woke up. So take your side bend over to your right. Right hand down the side body, left arm over ear. And breathing in, rise to center. As you exhale, other side. Breathing in, come to center. Big V shape with those arms, just open up. And then exhale, fold forward, circle arms around, fold. Inhale, lift up, halfway, big breath. Good, making your way to plank pose. So if this is good, stay there. Otherwise, you can do table. We'll lower slowly down. We'll roll open, cobra or up dog. Exhaling to a down dog. And, because technically this is truly the first time we've stayed in down dog in this practice, you might decide to walk it out a little bit. You could bend each knee, stretch out your calf. And then slowly, 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 just making your way to child's pose just for a few moments, not long. Just remind yourself this is a space of pause. And in the space of pause, just be present for the breath coming in and out. Very, very simple, but a difficult practice as well. Being present for our breath. Feel the breath come in. Feel your breath come out. Feel the pause between the breath. When you're ready, table pose or stay in child's pose longer if you desire, hands and knees. Couple cat-cows again, or even again, moving side to side or little loop-de-loops with your spine. Good. I can notice my hips are a little bit tight, just going side to side. Just getting to know your body. Being forgiving of your body. The left leg goes back. The right arm pulls forward. There's alignment here. Feel the neck get long. holding here. Extend your leg a little longer, holding there. Spread out your toes. Draw the elbow to the knee. Exhale. We inhale, we lengthen that out. We continue 4 more times. And try to squeeze out the breath each time you exhale. Let it all come out. So I got 2 more until I'm going to take a bind behind me. So once you get 5 of these total, grab the foot if you can, look over the right shoulder, perhaps even lift that thigh, pull the arm, or not, you wouldn't pull the arm. The arm is straight, but the leg pulls away, feeling a stretch in the shoulder. Take another deep breath. Exhale softly, release that, hand, knee comes down. We'll curl the toes under, shift right back to a down dog again. Just pausing just a breath or 2 more. Not rushing into our day, not rushing into this practice. Walk or jump now to the top of your mat. I find myself rushing through my life, a lot of it. Inhale, I'm trying to learn how to slow down. As you exhale, fold forward, pausing. As we breathe in, come all the way to standing again. Reach those arms all the way up, lengthen. Interlace those fingers, pushing the palms up towards the sky. Good. Dropping the right arm down your side body. You can even look down if that feels good on your neck. Get that side body stretch. Breathing in, rise through to center, and exhale, go the other way. Good stretch here. Breathing in, we come back through to center. As we exhale, circle arms, fold forward and down in exhale. As you breathe in, we raise up halfway, inhale. Again, coming to plank pose. This can take us several breaths. It could take 1. You could do table cat cow, but otherwise Sane kind of variation. We'll just up dog and down dog. I'll meet you there. Soften the shoulders. And once you arrive into your down dog or even child's pose, I like to mantra my breath. I'm aware of my breath as I breathe in. I'm aware of my breath as I breathe out. Allow yourself to feel what it feels like in this body without judgment. Just simply being. Next time you breathe out, walk or jump back to the top of your mat. Again, lifting up just halfway on the breath. Exhale, fold forward all the way on the breath. Inhale, rise to standing, arms lift all the way up. And interlace those fingers again, push the palms up towards the sky. Let's just take 1 more of these. Side bend over to the right. Inhale, rise to neutral. Side bend to the left. Come right back to neutral. As you exhale, fold forward, big circling of the arms. Inhale, raise up halfway. Go ahead and take your transition, either plank, cobra, down dog, table cat cow. Maybe it's just child's. You can make something up. It's your practice, even though we're doing this together. We all beat to a different drum, you know? And then slowly on the next breath or 2, let's go ahead and make our way into table. From table, we'll go ahead and allow ourselves to sit down for a moment and extend our legs forward. Now, if you have a block, grab it. If you don't, no worries. We're going to start to lay down. And the first thing, I normally do bridge pose at the end, but I'm going to throw it in towards the beginning today. So let's go ahead and make our way into a bridge pose. Perhaps even binding the hands underneath us. You could also hold the ankles today if you prefer. Backs, arms are pressing down, feet are pressing down. Can you feel the pressure underneath the big toe and your pinky toe? And then all the toes in between. And then as you're raising up, as you're pressing those feet down, imagine you have a block in between the thighs, and you may not have a block, but if you do, take a hold of it, grab that block, put it there for a moment. So if you don't have a block, no worries, just activate inner thighs as if there were. Good, we'll take another one big breath. And then as we exhale, releasing that slowly, slowly, slowly lowering all the way down. So two options here. You're going to take this block and we're going to place it underneath our head. Now, if you don't have a block, you could just take your hands and you're just going to massage the same space. So the bottom of the block would go at the base of your skull. And we're finding ourselves right in the center of that. And you're just going to slowly, and you might adjust it a little bit, just slowly turn your head to your right, feeling a little pressure at the base of the skull. And then very, very slow. It should take some time to go back to center. But if you're laying on the mat by itself, you could just take your hands and just rub the base of your neck. And the base of your neck and the bottom of your skull. And then take your neck to the left. So whatever direction you did opposite, next you do opposite. And then slowly find yourself back to neutral and just a couple times seesawing it back and forth for about 30 seconds here. So just very mindful, slow, and aware. And the next time you find yourself doing, the right and left side, we'll just go ahead and release that block out from our skull. We'll go ahead and fall over to a favorite side again, pushing our way gently up. We're going to make our way to a table pose, take a couple cat cows, and then I'll meet you in down dog. We'll start our main flow. Walk or jump to the top of your mat. And let's just come up in one breath or two. All right, mountain pose. So legs hip distance apart. Arms kind of shake them out a little bit here. Inhaling, arms lift up overhead, gently grab the left wrist, leaning over to the right. So if anything in direct bothers the shoulders, just don't do it. Inhaling, raising the center, grab the right wrist gently, leaning to the left. Breathing back to center, dropping those arms directly behind you. Let's begin to take a bind. So if that bothers you, just keep your hands on your hips. We'll pull the chest open. As you breathe out, gently folding in. We'll take 3 to 5 breaths here. So stretching out our shoulders. Again, if this bothers you, hands can stay at the hips, or you can drop your arms. But feel the neck get long, feel your breath get long, as well as your hamstrings. Let's go ahead and release that bind, bending the knees, chair pose. Arms start to reach up overhead. So I find too, goalpost arms might feel better. Hands at heart might feel better. I'm learning, practicing forgiveness for the body is just listening the body at that moment. And being kind. So listen to your body at this moment and be kind. Take another breath. We're going to do dancer's pose since there's a lot to dance about in our life. So balancing on the right leg, bend your left knee, grab your left foot. You might have to use a strap. So dancer's pose, pulling that right arm forward, left leg back, being playful, not taking it serious. We have to learn to laugh through the balance and imbalance of our poses. And then gently into a warrior one. Arms are coming up overhead. So take the time to square your hips to the front of your mat. Take the time to feel the breath. To notice any sun coming through a window if that's available, or if you're outside, you're bathing in it like Claire. You always straighten the front knee. We're going to take this for another breath or two. And then slowly let your arms, maybe they start as goalposts out to the side. Pull the chest open, squeeze the shoulder blades back. Exhale, push forward into the hands as if you're pushing onto a wall. We'll just go ahead, drive those shoulder blades back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Pushing forward as you're pushing onto a wall around the back. One more. Pull back, squeeze shoulder blades together. And then neutral spine, take a twist to the right. So I'm lifting my back heel up, twisting crescent to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back, maybe gaze back. Another balancing pose. And feel how the breath changes at the belly as soon as we twist. It's not as easy to take the breath in and out. Now breathing in, let's let our arms come back up overhead as we face forward. We might take a dip here if this is available to you. Inhale, rise up. As you exhale again, take a dip. Inhale, rising up. One more time, taking a dip. Letting yourself raise up here. And then thunderbolt pose. So the diagonal line with our body. Arms reach back, nice and strong. Feel the chest begin to broaden. Feel the space at the collarbone. Feel your heart open. Or at least imagine. I can feel my butt crying right now. I haven't done this in so long. Oh my goodness. Warrior 2. I never thought Thunderbolt would feel like challenging, but for me, 2 months off of yoga is a long time. So Warrior 2. So where do we take our gaze? Where are you taking your gaze? To the past, to the future? Can you bring it here in this breath, this body? One breath at a time. Let's take another deep breath. And then gently on the inhale, begin to straighten that front knee. We're going to start to extend over our right leg, right hand down or straight leg for triangle, left arm straight up to the sky. Remember, you can always use a block inside or outside of your leg, especially in a tall setting, might be helpful. Feel just slightly the tailbones tucking a little bit towards that back ankle, pushing the pubic bone slightly forward. Feeling the shoulders move away from your ears. The core stays engaged as you inhale, raise up all the way so you can face the side of your mat here. Pivot the toes to face the long side of your mat. You might widen your stance. We're going to take any kind of wide-legged forward fold with any kind of bind. I'm going to do just starting with the hands at the hips, elbows pull back. As you inhale, we lift and lengthen. As we exhale, hinging from hips, folding forward. Eventually, you might drop your hands down to the mat, or you can keep them at your hips. You'll lift up halfway on the breath. We'll fold forward all the way. Crown of the head moves towards the floor. For those who have a head skin practice and you're itching to get into something like that, well, now would be a really good time for that. Nice and easy. And feel what the breath feels like inverted, how it's changed. So many changes happening all the time right in front of our eyes. So now breathing in, we come up halfway. Take your hands to your hips. As you inhale, come up all the way. Coming back to a warrior 2 at the front of your mat. And we'll turn this right into an extended side angle. So let's go ahead and place the right forearm on the thigh. Left arm reaches over our ear. That's a variation, as we know. You can always take the left arm behind the low back, take a bind, right hand could go to the floor. And can we feel open and spacious here? The left shoulder blade rolling back. Asking yourself to soften where you could be softer, and where you could be strong. As you gaze down on your breath out, let's take the left hand to the mat, taking revolved side angle. So left hand remains on the earth as we rotate the right arm up, which is very nice because you can drop that left knee down. And the eyes can follow the space above the right hand, or close the eyes. Or maybe you're looking at the space across the room between you and the next object. Or maybe you close the eyes and look within. So exhaling, the hands come down to the mat. We drop our left shin down, the left knee down, crescent moon. Arms are coming up overhead. And if you like a good stretch, like I like a good morning stretch, take your hands behind your head, push the head into the hands, those elbows can pull back. It tends to happen here though, is I jut my ribs forward and I'm not holding Uddiyana Bandha anymore. So do make sure that the core is slightly engaged to protect your body. Take 2 more breaths there. Any variation. So on your next breath or two, preparing for half splits on the ground, half splits. So start to just pick up that right heel, bring it forward. Blocks can come on each side of your leg. And we gently fold over a straight right leg. Don't forget to lead with your heart. I have to remind myself that often. Yeah. And allow the right sits bones to soften towards the earth. Can you imagine a little less tension there? Let's take another inhale and exhale. But let's actually, as you inhale, we're going to lift up the chest, slide that right foot back underneath you. So half splits to standing split. So if you have some pain going underneath the glute or anything, maybe you just do a forward fold. But otherwise, we start to walk the hands forward or your blocks forward, lifting that left leg up, folding over a straight right leg. Walking those hands closer to the bottom ankle, whether you hold it or not. And then very gently let that left foot down to meet the right foot in a standing forward fold. Take a moment to lift up halfway. As you fold it forward, let's take the left hand, wrap it outside the right ankle or calf, bend your left knee. Let's take a twist open, right arm to the sky. Exhaling, that right arm floats down, bend the right knee, left leg straightens, and inhale, pull the left arm to the sky. Good, exhale, that left arm comes down, inhale all the way to standing, arms come up on the inhale. Exhale, mountain pose. Okay. Good, very good, okay. Let's begin this again on the left side. On your inhale, arms come up overhead. So because we're starting on the left side, let's do a side bend to the left. So I'm grabbing my right wrist, leaning to the left. As I breathe in to center, exhaling to my right. Good, breathing in back to center. Let's take a bind behind us. So we'll pull the chest open and I'll meet you in a standing forward fold. A few breaths there. Breathing in, we come up into a chair pose. Bend those knees, arms up overhead. Remember, the arms don't have to be overhead if you're listening to your body. We always want to feel better after yoga class, not worse. So, all right. Okay. Let's sink a little bit lower because, wow, I don't know, I'm feeling this. And then dancer's pose, this time on our left foot. So I'm bending my right knee, grabbing that right foot, left arm goes forward, right leg goes back. And we just breathe, whether we're falling or not, we get back up, we do it again. Or we modify. Or we take a hold of something. We're not. We can ask for help, right? We're able to ask for help. Step back, warrior one. Oh my gosh, I'm turning my fan on. I'll be right back. Holy cow. Girl's burning up. Okay. Notice if you can lift your toes, spread them out, let them firmly press down. And then very slowly here, we'll go ahead and start to draw the arms into goalpost arms, to squeeze the shoulder, pull the ribs in. Exhale, push away, take the shoulder blades away from the spine. Inhale, or we're gonna pull it back. Exhale, you push it forward, stretch. One more. And then pushing that forward. As we inhale, reach those arms back up overhead, lift that back heel up. We'll take a twisting crescent to the left, staying nice and tall. Remembering that the hands can be at the hips here. Remembering to breathe fully, trying to breathe even to the belly. And we take a breath in and we take a breath out. We breathe in, face slowly forward, lengthening the torso. As we exhale, we might tap the right knee down. As we inhale, we rise up. So just maybe it's just a subtle tap, or maybe the arms are just the only things moving. We do this 3 times. Okay. And then from there, thunderbolt pose. So this is that strong diagonal line with the body, strong core, strong triceps. Good, another deep breath. And then nice and slow, we go into a warrior 2. And our stance, it changes. Just turning around so I can see you guys. So just hang in here. Notice what gripping is hand happening underneath both feet. Soften and spread those out. And then we inhale, we straighten the front left leg. We go into triangle over our left straight leg. So we reach down. Make sure our butt's not sticking out. We kind of tuck it a little bit. So think of it as a front body stretch, like you're stretching the front of your body, your hips. Very beautiful. Everyone's perfect, honestly. On the inhale, we slowly come up. We begin to face the long side of our mat, and we widen our stance. Insides of the feet are pointing to one another. We take any kind of wide-legged fold, whether we bind, we can grab our big toes. We could do another headstand. We could do a forearm handstand. We could do child's pose instead. Take another deep breath. Inhaling, coming up halfway. Exhale, take hands to hips. Inhale, raise up all the way. Arms back open to a T. Warrior 2 back to the front. Oh, I guess I'll face this way. So warrior 2. So left forearm on the left thigh. Right arm over your ear. Extended side angle. Any variation here. Is your right shoulder hiked by your ear? Can we soften that down a way? Some binds could be taken. You could stretch your right shoulder by bringing the arm behind the back. Then check out your jaw. Are you clenching at all? We'll take another breath. Revolve side angle, looking down at the mat. The right hand goes to the mat as we twist open. So I'm going to switch again so I can see again. Left arm goes up to the sky. Right knee can be on the mat here if you want. And then we exhale, both hands come down to surround that left foot as the right shin comes down on the mat, preparing for crescent moon. So now we're just on the knee now. So we're reaching those arms up overhead. Any variation of crescent moon. So you could always, pull that right knee back, push forward into that left knee. I can feel a quadricep stretch on the right side. And then from here, half splits. So draw the sits bone slightly back as the heel extends forward. And you guys know what half split should feel like. Hamstring stretch, right? Low back stretch. I can feel that in the glutes too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, all that riding horses. Oh. Boy, 2 months away is a long time for my body. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how, hopefully you guys are practicing still. On your next breath, let's go ahead from here. The lovely standing splits to wake us up for a moment. So right leg lifts up and walk the hands towards that left leg. Can both legs get a little longer than they are? Even if the both feet are down. And then gently set the right foot beside the left, standing forward fold. Now this time, since the transition between two, we'll do a vinyasa. Lift up halfway, we'll fold forward, either take a cat-cow to child's, or take a vinyasa, top of the push-up, bottom of push-up, cobra, down dog to child's. I'll meet you in child's or seated just for a moment. We will be taking this flow one more time. Down dog or child's. As we know, down dog is not a resting pose, but you can stay strong in that pose if you want. So coming again to the practice of the breath. I'm aware of the breath coming in. I'm aware of the breath coming out. Christy, I see your kitty. That's awesome. And then down dog if you're not there. We'll meet there. I'm going to have you walk or float to the top of your mat. Oscar. You're going to lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward all the way. Let's come all the way to standing. Inhale, arms come up. And then let's just exhale to mountain pose. Okay. Mountain pose, sturdy and strong. Ready? Like you guys. Inhale, arms come up. Side bend over to the right. Any kind of variation with that. Inhale, come right back to neutral. Side bend towards your left. Inhale, right back to neutral. Let's go ahead and take our bind behind us. So take a pause, hold on. Other index finger on top. Okay, fold forward. It gets me every time. Pull yourself into chair pose, next breath. This time, 3 half chairs. Let's exhale, arms reach back, heels lift, maybe sit a little lower. Full chair, dropping those heels. Inhale, arms reach forward. 2 more. Exhale, half chair. Inhale, full chair. And then just 1 more here, half chair. Full chair on the inhale. We'll go stand up. Well, not full chair. Stand up. And dancer's pose on the right foot. So let's begin to bend that left knee to see what happens. Dancer's pose is like going to a wedding and dancing with heels on. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I end up throwing those heels off my feet eventually. Warrior 1. The older I get, the less fun it gets. Warrior 1. Let's draw those arms back like shoulder blades come together. Then exhale, push away. Inhale, pull the shoulder blades together. Feel the chest, and then exhale, push away. Feel the back. 1 more. Push away. Then once those arms come up, lift that back heel off the mat so you can take a twist to the right. It's easier when we lift that heel, probably. Take a moment to look back. Breathe in, facing forward, the arms, they come up. As they come up here, we'll go ahead, take a dip. Inhale, raise up. We take a dip. We come up. We take a dip. And we come up to thunderbolt pose. From thunderbolt pose, we go ahead into a warrior two. Stance changes, that right knee pulls to the right a little bit just to activate. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Triangle over our right straight leg. The mouth is, I realize I was pursing my lips real tight here. Soften your mouth. Breathing in, coming back to neutral, facing the long side of our mat. Take any kind of bind here. We'll take a wide-legged forward fold, about 5 breaths. As you inhale, come up halfway. As you inhale again, coming up all the way. And I'll meet you in extended side angle on our right leg. So extended side angle. Pause here, a few breaths as well. Revolve side angle. Left hand goes to the mat, right arm floats up. Exhaling, both hands come down to the mat. We're just going to drop that left knee down, arms come up, crescent moon. And then half splits from here. Draw yourself over your right thigh. Good, standing splits on the next breath or two. Good, and then mount or fold forward. And then on your next inhale, come all the way up to standing. Arms come up. And then mountain pose. Oh, the beast has arrived. But a little beast. All right, last side, last side. So we might go 5 minutes over, possibly today. My clock is 2 minutes slow and I didn't realize that. Inhale, arms come up. So if you have to skedaddle, I understand. Lean to the right. Breathe in, come back to neutral. Lean to the left. Right back to neutral. Grab a bind behind you. Take an inhale. Exhale, folding in. Chair pose on the inhale just for a moment. Just for a moment. And then release. Coming into dancer's pose on your left foot. Pull the right leg back, left arm forward. And again, forgiveness is the theme. So we can start forgiving this body, doing 95% of things right. And the 5% that's going wrong, you got to be a little more forgiving. Warrior one. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Next time we breathe in, shoulder blades move back, goal post arms. Push it away, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'm a little scared right now. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Sorry, twist to the left.
No worries.
You're having a new session
Yeah, it's her last one.
for now.
Oh, I couldn't see my face. All right. On your next inhale, still definitely kitten phase. That's for sure. 3 dips. Good, to a thunderbolt pose. Oh my, to a thunderbolt pose, okay. And then from there, warrior two. Warrior two. Okay. From warrior two, let's inhale, straighten the front knee. Triangle pose down your leg. Oh, you guys will have to let me know when this kitten phase stops. My goodness. And then your next breath, inhale, come up, face the side of your mat. One wide-legged fold. Inhaling, coming up. Halfway, inhale again, all the way up, come up. And go into extended side angle at the front of your mat. We hear somebody's birds. Oh, nice. It must be birds outside. On your next breath, let's take the right hand down. I didn't mute everybody because it's been working well. Left arm goes up. I think so far so good. Exhaling, both hands come down, drop that right shin down. Crescent moon, arms come up overhead. Oh my God. And then half splits, half splits. This is like, oh my God. I'm a human chew toy at the moment. Standing splits. To a standing forward fold. I don't know if I skipped something, and I'm sorry if I did because he's so distracting to me. Take a vinyasa for you girls who want to do that half vinyasa, and otherwise I want to meet you in seated. So vinyasa to seated, or and it's upside down time once you arrive. So lifting those legs up to the sky today of some sort, whether it be you're not. Either the birds at Amy's house or Claire's house, they're all singing together.
It's 10 o'clock.
I can all hear it. Oops. And then slowly coming out of whatever inversion you're in. To a two-way stretch. I do want to get the hips before we lay in Shavasana here. So it's going to be thread the needle today. Taking both feet upon the mat again, left ankle crosses upon the right, and we'll hold the back of the right thigh. Both feet are flexed flat if you can remember to do this. Shoulders are resting, shoulder blades are resting evenly upon the mat. Tailbone pressing down. And then letting the arms open out to a T as you lower the legs towards the right. And you can keep them crossed, but if this bothers your hips or anything else, just stack the knees instead. On your inhale, slowly start to come up, and let's go ahead, place both feet down, cross the right ankle over the left thigh now. Grabbing a hold of the left thigh if you can. Not letting yourself rush off to the plans after this yet. Just if you could simply still be here, feeling your breath, feeling your body. And then from here, let the left foot come down, or not. You could just slowly drop those legs over to the left if that feels better. Taking a reclining twist towards the left. And then breathing in, coming right back to neutral. We'll just take 1 minute Shavasana. Since we're online, it's always a little more easy to take a shorter one when we're virtual. So just taking 1 minute here just to let your practice solidify, let yourself, the energy just come back to calm. And enjoy your rest for that short time. On your next few breaths, we'll begin just to move the fingers, let your toes wiggle. Let yourself stretch your arms overhead, a long two-way stretch. Take a nice breath in through the nose here. Hold the breath if you can, and then let it go. Good, we'll slowly come back to I'll bring those knees in, take a few moments to come back to a meditative seat. So we can say goodbye today. We just find a neutral space with our body for a moment. Reminding yourself of a few things. Try to think of at least 3 things that you're grateful for this morning. There's always something to be grateful for. The light, me bows to the light in all of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Claire. Good to have you. Thank you for stopping